Okay, welcome to Modern Monday, where we take a look at a movie from the 2000s or 2010s. We get a review. Today we're talking about the 2017 Power Rangers movie. Right here, right now, I'm going to tell you the biggest problem with this film. Not enough Power Rangers. The biggest problem they have with this film is that whether it was due to CGI and the expense of the CGI, or they thought, oh, this is an origin story, so they can't be the Power Rangers till the end of the film. They waited till like a half hour was left of the film, then they became the Power Rangers. Let me explain something to you. Just because you have an origin story does not mean you have to wait until an hour and a half of a 2-hour, 4-minute runtime to show your heroes. Yes, you sprinkle a few things in, like Billy morphing for about 5 seconds, or Zack in the Mastodon Zord. But that's not enough, And, Rita Repulsa's thing is that she wants to get the Zeo Crystal, right? And she's gonna take gold and build Goldar so that he can unearth it. But she doesn't do that until that hour, with that half hour left of the film. Despite the fact that there is a mine in the town, it's well known. She's going to, jewelry stores and shit, getting the gold she needs. And there is a mine in the town. It's well known. And she doesn't go to that mine until there's a half hour left because it's so point of fact that the Rita from the original show would stick a monster right at the beginning of the episode, and it would be out there fighting the Rangers for the entire episode. I'm not saying they should have had Goldar for the entire length of the movie, but that's the biggest problem when you're translating something from TV to film. Because the Power Rangers, if this was a TV show, they would find the power coins, become Power Rangers, and fight the monster like that. But this is a movie, so they got to do it this way. They find the power coins, but oh look, it gives us strange powers, which wasn't in the TV show, at least not the original series. Original Mighty Morphin. Oh, we gotta talk about our feelings. We gotta have our character development. We gotta talk for an hour and a half. And then, hey, Billy is dead. Oh, Zordon, he can get free from the wall, but no, he saves Billy. Oh, look, we love Billy. We can morph now, because it's an hour and a half to the fucking movie, and now we can become the fucking Power Rangers. Because either budget with a CGI, or we just had to wait till an hour and a half to do it, because fuck it, right? Let me give you an example. Iron Man. Iron Man was an origin story, but it did not wait until the climax of the film for him to be in the armor. He builds his first suit of armor maybe a half hour into the film, right? And throughout the film, we see him constructing a new suit of armor and testing it out and all that stuff. And then eventually in the climax, he fights off against the Ironmonger. But we see him in the Iron Man suit throughout the film, not just in the climax, right? The MCU has a good way of doing origin stories. Yes, some of them, they do wait. Like Captain America, he's not really in this costume per se. He has the whole dun, 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 to Captain America. Every bun is a bullet in the gun of your best something. Whatever. I'm just saying, Iron Man's a great, origin story because you don't just wait till the climax for him to be in the suit. You see him throughout the film. And they had a budget to allow that for CGI, but apparently they didn't hear. They decided to focus on the 5 teenagers and their high school problems. Kim punched her boy in the face. My parents think I'm a freak because I'm a lesbian. I have a disability, but I blew up my locker. I don't know. That has nothing to do with disability. But, oh, I blew out my locker. Oh, I broke my foot because I was trying to something with the cow, and I'm a troublemaker, and I can't play football anymore. And, oh, my mom is sick, and somehow that means I'm gonna hide in the mountains. I don't... See, even the character motivations don't make sense. But they all end up in the same place at the same time because it's destiny, right? Oh... I don't know. I don't hate this movie, but it does frustrate me. When I went to see this film, people were cheering at the end of this. And it's, that's why I never understood why to make a sequel. And now rewatching this again, I understand why. I just laid it out for you. Really. One thing I do want to talk about, though, is Rita Repulsa. What they did with her in this film, I kind of liked it. Because... in the original series, we don't know, she had the green power coin. But you always wondered, how did she get it? They never explained it. Here, they do explain it. She was the original Green Ranger. She turned against her team. And that's how she has the green power coin. It makes sense. And I never once thought of that growing up. It makes a lot of sense that she would be the Green Ranger. Yes, that's how she would have the coin. Speaking of Green Ranger... this won't happen, but originally, when there was talks of a sequel, the cast wanted it, Tommy, there's a mid-credit scene, and Tommy Oliver, you don't see him, but they wanted it to be a female. No, you don't want to do that. I'm glad they're not going forward with the sequel, because they would have ruined Tommy that way. They're like, oh, Tommy's a girl's name. How? What's their full name? Tamantha? No, Tommy is not a girl's name, okay? If her name was Tammy, maybe, but no. And then be like, oh, no, it's Tammy Oliver. But no, look, I know that maybe you want to make it a female because you know no one's going to live up to Jason David Frank, and he is the best Power Ranger. But by making it a female would ruin the legacy of the Green Ranger. It's not a female, it's a male. Don't fuck with it. Okay? But we're not going to get a sequel to that because they're already rebooting it because it didn't make the money they wanted because they're greedy bastards. This movie, for all its flaws that I just laid out, is a decently made movie. It's a well-made movie. It works. It just falls prey to the superhero origin story. Because they think that a superhero origin story means they cannot be those heroes until the climax of the film. And that's what ruins it. That's what ruins it, is that you have them as humans bitching and complaining about teenage stuff for an hour and a half, and then they become Power Rangers. If they had had them as Power Rangers throughout most of the film, I think we would have had a better response to it. But as it stands, it didn't work because they believe they have to wait till the end. And that's just not right. Now, like I said, I don't hate this movie by any means. I think it's well made. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because I think it's decent. And I think it deserves a little more love than it gets. The acting is great. Bryan Cranston as Zordon is fantastic. And Bill Hader is as Alpha, he's alright too. Elizabeth Banks is great. You get a cameo from Jason David Frank and Amy Jo Johnson, which is cool. But yeah, this movie it's good. It's decently made. It's 7 out of 10 for me. So what are your thoughts on Power Rangers? I'm going to comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.